Here's my story. And if you're wondering how far a person can be pushed before they snap, well, buckle up. Picture this. I'm standing in a glass-walled boardroom, sunlight slicing through the Portland skyline, the whole executive team staring at me. On the table, a USB drive. Inside it, every secret my husband thought he'd buried. Tonight, he's about to lose everything. So is the woman he risked it all for. And the best part? They have no idea I'm the one pulling the rug out from under their feet. But let me rewind. I was always that good wife, you know? I left a career in law because Nathan, my husband, said, we could use some stability at home. He made it sound like love, like a partnership. He said the right things, did all the right gestures. And for a while, I believed him. Maybe I even needed to. It started on a regular Thursday, the kind that tastes like old coffee and leftover takeout. I was scrubbing tomato sauce off my sleeve when Nathan's phone buzzed on the counter. He'd left it there, open, so casual, so confident, so damn sure of himself. I didn't mean to look. I really didn't. But the screen lit up. Can't wait to celebrate your big win tonight. Same place, 8 p.m. I'll tell her I'm stuck at work again. Sender. Alan from accounting? Cute. Only Alan from accounting is about as romantic as a DMV clerk and allergic to women, from what I remember. But the profile pic? Not Alan. Blonde curls, soft smile. Madison Lee. She'd just been promoted at Nathan's firm. She'd always hovered, too friendly, too something. That was the moment everything clicked. The late nights, the perfume on his shirt, the new confidence in his step, like he'd just gotten away with something. You ever feel your body freeze? That's what happened to me. My heart didn't race. It just stopped. I put the phone back, careful, like it might explode. Nathan came down the stairs, shirt crisp, tie perfect. He smiled. Big day. I might run late. Sure, I said. That was all. He walked out the door, humming. I waited. 3 hours. Not to confront him, but to figure out what the hell came next. That's when something in me snapped. Not with rage, not with tears, but with this weird, cold clarity. I dug up my old work phone, booted up my laptop, and started screenshotting everything. The messages, the emails, even his calendar. I went through his work account. Turns out he never changed his passwords. Rookie mistake. But the real kicker? I found a draft. My draft. A strategic plan for the Denver project, the one we brainstormed together years ago, back when I still believed in us. The very same document Madison had used for her big promotion. Every comma, every turn of phrase, mine. But now, it had Madison's name on it, Nathan's fingerprints all over the email chain, and a digital paper trail that screamed fraud. I wanted to burn the house down. Instead, I got methodical. If I'd learned anything in law, it's that haste helps people cover their tracks, so I waited. The next morning, I called Meridian Creatives, the firm where Nathan and Madison worked, asked for the CEO. Hi, this is Bella Carter, former legal counsel at Kinsley & Ross. My voice? Steady as a judge. Miss Carter, how can I help? I have information concerning fraudulent activity and a misappropriation of intellectual property. You'll want to see the documents in person. There was a long, careful pause. Can you come in this afternoon? You'll have everything by 3. I spent that morning putting every last detail together. Draft files, budget notes, text threads, even dinner reservations Nathan thought I'd never see. It was almost surgical, the way I went about it. At 3 o'clock sharp, I walked into Meridian's glass tower, 27th floor, all cold light and glass and the faint smell of someone else's success. The CEO, Richard Levine, met me at the door. Mid-50s, eyes like a lie detector. I showed him everything. The proposal, the budget, the emails. I never mentioned Nathan was my husband. I never said Madison was his mistress. I just showed him the facts, let the pieces arrange themselves. When I left, I saw Madison laughing by the elevators. A latte in hand, navy blue dress, the world at her feet. She didn't see me. Not yet. I drove home, my mind a storm. All those years I'd been told to make myself smaller, to let him lead. Turns out, he just wanted more room for his lies. That night, I changed the door code. I cooked dinner, our anniversary meal. Nathan, as expected, texted at 7. "Sorry, running late, don't wait up." I set the table for 2, then ate alone. Then I hit send on my email to Meridian's HR and compliance, all the receipts, all the dirt. But I wasn't done. I wanted him to see my face when it all fell apart. 2 days later, I walked into Valente's, the little Italian restaurant Nathan always took clients. Only this time I wore black. High collar, sleeves down to my wrists. Not a victim, not a wife scorned, just composed. Richard Levine met me at the door. Together we walked past the tables to the back, where Nathan and Madison were celebrating. Candles, wine, Madison's hand on his. Nathan's wedding ring, nowhere in sight. Richard's voice cut through the music. "Is that Nathan Carter?" He said it loud enough for heads to turn. Nathan looked up. His face, God, if I could have bottled the look in his eyes, I'd sell it as revenge perfume. I smiled, cool as ice. "Evening, Nathan. Madison. Looks like tonight's quite the celebration." Madison yanked her hand away. "What are you doing here?" "Just having dinner." I turned to Richard. "Mr. Levine, this is Madison Lee. She recently got promoted, didn't she? Based on a proposal we might want to take a second look at." The air changed. Nathan tried to bluster. "Bella, let's not do this here." "Oh, you mean in public?" I pulled out my phone. "Remember this reservation? Same table as last Tuesday, Nathan. The night you said you were working late?" He went pale. Madison just stared at her lap. I turned to Richard. "You've reviewed the files, right?" He nodded, jaw set. "We'll be addressing this on Monday." I left first. No drama, no tears, just silence behind me, thick enough to drown in. Nathan came home late. I was waiting, documents spread out on the kitchen table. He tried weakly. "What do you want me to say?" I slid over a savings account statement. "Remember that 12 grand you withdrew last year? The real estate investment with Sam? Turns out it was a wire transfer to Madison. Paid her deposit for that apartment she's living in." He closed his eyes, sunk into the chair. "That's not all," I said, voice flat. "The fertility clinic called. They confirmed you were the one who canceled my prescriptions. 3 failed IVF cycles, Nathan. I blamed myself every single time. You let me." He whispered, "I'm sorry." "Not enough," I said. "Not for this." I stood, stared down at him. "You took my career, my trust, my time. You thought you could get away with it." He reached for my hand. I pulled away. That's when I decided. I wasn't just ending a marriage. I was ending his little fantasy life. But the twist? I wasn't the only one he'd stepped on. A few days later, a young woman messaged me out of nowhere. Lena Morris. She'd worked as Madison's admin. Said she had proof, audio recordings Madison kept for insurance. Nathan, on tape, bragging, "Bella's good, but she'll never know. She trusts me too much." I met Lena at a cafe. She handed me a silver USB, eyes wide, almost apologetic. "I just want you to stop them." I walked out of there feeling like I'd just been handed the keys to the kingdom. Monday morning. Meridian's boardroom. 10 suits, 1 long table, Nathan in a dark suit, Madison sitting rigid beside him. I didn't sit. I stood at the head, folder in hand, voice steady. My name is Bella Carter. Some of you know me as Nathan Carter's wife. Today, I'm here as a former legal advisor, and I have evidence of serious misconduct that affects this company. Slides, bank statements, emails, wire transfers. I laid it all out. Then, the audio. Nathan's voice. Bella wrote the strategy, but she's not a good fit. Madison's better for the culture. Madison. Think she'll ever find out? They both laughed. No one in that room was laughing now. The COO, Karen Hollis, didn't blink. My recommendation? Terminate both employees immediately. Demand repayment. Report to the state board. The votes were unanimous. Nathan stood up, voice shaking. Bella, please, I did this for us. I just looked at him, all the anger gone. You destroyed us when you decided I was expendable. He stared. Madison sobbed. Security waited at the door. I picked up my bag, walked out, and never looked back. So, tell me, was it justice or just revenge?